It's Thursday morning. It's 9 a.m. Time for another edition of Our Town here on 94.9 and 99.1 The River. My name is Darren Swenson. Our Town, as always, brought to you by Decorah Bank and Trust. Coming up a little later on in the program, we will be talking with Chris Wuebker from the Winneshiek County Sheriff's Office. Chris will discuss the National Prescription Take Back Day, which is coming up this Saturday. We'll also have a conversation with Anita Tamang. She is a Luther College student. She is participating in the Ride for Ukraine, a 75-mile bike ride coming up on Saturday between Rochester and Decorah. And that is coming up this weekend. We'll have an interesting conversation with a very motivated young lady. Her and her Luther student colleagues and a couple of faculty colleagues will participate in that event coming up on Saturday. But the sweet sounds of the Decorah Chorale are coming back this weekend. Their annual spring concert heading to Decorah Lutheran Church this Sunday at 3 p.m. And we will preview that right now to kick off the show. Jason Rausch, the director of the Decorah Chorale, he joins us as our first guest this morning on Our Town on 94.9 and 99.1 The River. Welcome back to what Karen Truan calls the Rausch and Goob podcast. It's Jason Rausch. He has many hats musically in the city of Decorah, but the hat he is wearing in this case is the director of the Decorah Chorale and the spring concert coming up this Sunday. And Decorah Chorale getting back to normal. You had your Home for Christmas concert back in December. The spring concert is back this year in an indoor setting. Has to feel good to get back in a regular rotation, I'd imagine.
It has been so much fun. We have been rehearsing in the choir room back at the high school again, and I can hear the singers. They can hear each other. I can see their faces. It's been quite the evolution over the last year and a half of what we've been able to do and feel comfortable doing. So we're just so excited. We're so excited to be back at the church, having our concert like we normally would in the spring.
How many folks got involved with the Decorah Chorale right now?
Yeah, I think we're singing about 65 people. So we have a good balanced group and people that are just ready to share their hearts and share all the emotions that we have through these pieces.
And this week coming up, you do have your spring concert coming up on Sunday. Give us the details of what folks who attend the concert will be enjoyed by.
Yeah, the concert's May 1st. And it is at Decorah Lutheran Church at 3 p.m. It'll be about an hour-long concert. And the concert, I planned this set of music back in July. And being the farm kid that I grew up on a dairy farm, nature kind of has a way of, in springtime, has a way of making us feel alive again, coming out of the cold of winter. And I kind of made a few correlations to that last summer of us coming out of what was a strange event, and we are still going through, and maybe we still are going through. And I didn't want to dwell on that, but I wanted us to kind of dwell, to ponder the thought of seeing again, of strength. And that's kind of where we are. We start off with a piece called Wake Up My Spirit. I think that kind of makes sense. Like, here we are again, we're back as normal, doing our thing. Then we kind of go into several pieces that kind of deal with nature and seeing nature. We have a song called The Pasture, which is, the text is by Robert Frost. I'm going out to fetch the little calf. I shan't be gone long. Seeing those things around us. We're talking about a song, or singing a song called Afternoon on a Hill, where, we're just enjoying being outside, being glad under the sun, seeing 100 flowers, but not picking one, seeing cliffs and clouds. So we kind of just have an idea of just seeing things again, seeing those around us, being appreciative of the things that are in our lives, whether it's in nature, whether it's family, it's community, all those kinds of things. So that's what we're celebrating in our first portion of the concert. And then we're dealing with strength. We sing the great folk tune Shenandoah, talking about crossing the wide Missouri, the strength of the Missouri River, and then we're kind of going into some reflection with a couple pieces. And there's this piece called There Was a Time that we're doing, and the line that really got me, and maybe is where I shaped this concert program around. Is our second last piece. There's a line that goes, "We will grieve not, but rather find strength in what remains." And I just thought that was so powerful. Okay, we're not gonna dwell on the things that have occurred, but rather we're gonna learn from them, grow from them, and find strength and move forward. And then we end with this great piece that Eric Sessions and Josh Vitervol are going to play fiddle and string bass, along with our pianist, Ann Wilson, and soloist, Eric Ellingson. It's a piece called "I'll Be On My Way," and just saying, you know what, we're moving forward. Life is continuing, and we are alive to celebrate and keep doing what we do. So
it sounds like it's going to be the type of performance that can get us out of this cold weather and actually get us to spring there, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be nice and toasty in the church as normal.
And when will the concert take place? And how do people get in? Tell us the details regarding that.
Yeah, so Sunday at May 1st at 3 p.m. You'll be able to find your seat probably shortly after 2:30. And it is a free will offering. There is no charge or no tickets that need to be purchased ahead of time. Just come and celebrate with us. Join us in making and doing what we love to do, sharing our music, sharing our message with our Decorah community.
How often do you guys get together and do your thing from a practice perspective?
Yeah, we have about 12 Sunday evening rehearsals to get ready for the concert. We started in late January, and we started with a couple Zoom rehearsals this year, and then we started meeting in person in mid-February. And we kind of do the same thing in the fall, August, and through our December concert. So, but we usually try to have 12 or 13 rehearsals. We meet from 6 to 8 at the high school, and that's how we put it together.
And I know you're definitely a vocal group, but you touched on a few of the instrumentalists that help you out on a regular occasion. Who are the folks that are providing the accompaniment to the vocal skills that you guys show off?
Yeah, we have a wonderful collaborative pianist, and her name is Ann Wilson. She's a recent Luther College grad who's been living in Decorah the last year or two, and she's a really phenomenal pianist. We've been so lucky to have, in my 8 years with the group, just outstanding piano playing from community members. So we're fortunate to have Ann with us now, and there are some wild piano parts. You will hear, and there's a few pieces where we ended. I just go, Ann Wilson, everybody, like, wow, she's blowing us away with some kind of avant-garde playing at times that the music requires. Then we have Eric Sessions and Josh Vitervol, as I mentioned in our final piece, and Chris Hadley is going to be there to just play a little egg shaker for us in one of the pieces.
All right, Jason, anything to add? If not, give us the final invitation for the spring concert coming up this Sunday.
Yeah, we just really want to see many of our friends from the Decorah community coming out and supporting us, and as we continue on in our mission to bring great choral music and great messages to our community. Again, the concert is on Sunday, May 1st. It is at Decorah Lutheran Church, beginning at 3 p.m., just about a one hour concert.
Jason, we appreciate your time as always. Best of luck with the show, and thanks for you and the Decorah Chorale for what they provide this community. And it sounds like you're going to bring the warmer weather with this performance as well, which everyone will be appreciative of.
Yes, thank you.
Jason Rausch, the director of the Decorah Chorale Spring Concert, coming up this Sunday. Coming up this Saturday, a group of Luther College students and professors will be embarking on a 75-mile bike ride, and it will be a ride for Ukraine. And here to tell us all about it is Anita Tamang, a Luther College student. Anita, thanks for taking the time and telling us all about this. How did you come up with the idea for the ride for Ukraine?
I'm a senior in Luther College, and I already had this idea that I wanted to ride from Rochester to Decorah. before I graduate, but we were thinking of doing fundraising. So in the beginning, we had different idea about like supporting for different cause. But then I was taking 2 classes with Professor Marina, and we were not sure about like what cause we want to support. And all of us are aware, right? Like what went down and in like those time period. And then since I was taking 2 classes with her, and also she was sharing everything, and also was making to the classes. So I was trying to put myself in her position and try to think, like imagine like I'm a professor, like trying to teach here in the class, and also all of my families and everyone is here, and I see everything, in social media. Like, how would I feel? Because of that, I don't know. I wanted to ask her like how she's doing, how she's feeling, but I didn't know how to ask, like in like appropriate way. Like, how do I ask her how she's feeling? And because of that, I kind of felt helpless. Like, I want to help, but I don't know how do I help. So yeah, I started thinking about this, and I was like, what if I bike and then I raise fund, like just do bike from Rochester to Decorah and do the fundraising. But and then I shared this idea with Professor Marina, and yeah, she gave me all the information I needed for the campaign message, and also I shared this with my co-leader Suk, and yeah, that's how we were able to have a GoFundMe page on I think March 30th. We wanted to have like 1 month period. Yeah, that's how we started.
And obviously the connection to your professor was one of the main reasons you went in this direction. But other than that, what specifically about this story involving Russia's invasion of Ukraine resonated with you?
Right. I think I mean, I care about the world issues, and I try to do what I could do. So my way of fighting against injustice is always action. For example, last year there was like Atlanta shooting, and also especially being in pandemic, we had like racism was I mean it's an issue, but especially last year, right? It was highlighted like I don't know, not in like it was like extreme level last year. So during that time, I organized Who Belongs Here panel discussion with collaboration with faculty, like having 5 different faculty members from 5 different disciplines, and also 5 students share their stories. So I have been active always, and from action, like instead of saying words, like I have always been active. So yeah, because of that, I mean, since I already had a connection from Professor Marina, and also I was also following the news, everything that's going on, and I thought that there's no way that that Ukraine itself, or like some other organization who are raising funds for will stop the war, right? So it needs to be like collective effort. Like we just need to stand up for what is right from whatever point we can. And I thought, I love biking. It was my personal goal, dream. I wanted to bike, and what if I just organize fundraising bike and just raise awareness, and people, I mean, those who believe in what we're standing up for will join us. And yeah, that's how. Yeah, overall, it's been just my way of like standing up for injustice through action.
And I can tell in the 3 minutes that we've had this conversation, you're a very well-versed, well-read person. You keep up to date with what's going on in the world. And a lot of us can just have thoughts regarding these situations. A lot of us can do a social media post saying, hey, I stand with Ukraine. How important is it to take those thoughts and to take what you post on social media and turn it into action, as you just referenced?
Right. I think based on my experience being a college student, I feel like social media, I mean, I think it's one really good platform to stand up against injustice or anything going around in the world. But I feel like sometimes it's not like, I don't know, like people are making a post without knowing what's going on, just to fit in, like, for example, if I'm posting like, oh, like, for example, hashtag Right for Ukraine or something like related Ukraine content, now some of my friends will just share that post, or just make a post or do something in social media without even having full knowledge of what's going on there. So because of that, I feel like it's a really good platform, but I don't think it's a great place to stand up.
And taking your thoughts and turning it into action and being willing to delve into a story like you are with this situation, how important is it for young people your age to understand what's going on in the world, and that perhaps can motivate them to take that next step, to take those thoughts about a situation and turn it into action like you're doing with this Ride for Ukraine?
Right. I think, it's really important, right? I hate to say this, but it's a truth. And also it's sad that we don't really care about the things or like the issues if we are not really connected with the issues. It's a like real fact, but I feel like we should care, and we should, as just being one normal human being, or being one of the individual, I don't know, citizen of this world. I feel like we should care, and we should try to support from the point, whatever we can. Just, we don't have to like go to the street and march or like do anything crazy, it's just like stand up from like whatever you can, like just doing whatever you can. And yes, it's really hard sometimes, especially being young. People might not believe in you, like, oh, like, she's just a college student, she looks young, and I don't know, like, if she's gonna like really ride bike or not, right? In my case, there were some doubts I could already see from people, but we worked so hard to the point that now people don't have a choice other than supporting us. So I think for us, especially, young people, it's sometimes hard to make people believe in us. But if we work hard, we can do it.
Most importantly, how can people get involved and support the cause that you will be involved with this Ride for Ukraine coming up on Saturday?
Right. Yeah, there are so many ways that people can support us. First of all, of course, donation. People can donate to us, and it's a GoFundMe link. And also there are so many ways people can help us, because as I said before, it's a collective effort. So because of that, for example, if there is a bike ride, normally like in order to join ride, people need to pay fee. They need to do registration, and they need to have a certain level of skills, right? But we are not requiring any of those things. So people could ride with us for 5 miles, or aim for Decorah or anything. So anyone who wants to ride are welcome to join us. And also, if people want to support us in transportation or donate us water, food, anything, any support is helpful.
When are you going to start this ride, and where are you starting it from in Rochester? And when do you hope to be back in Decorah on Saturday?
We are planning to meet at 7 a.m. in the morning at the Silver Lake Park in Rochester, and we hope to start riding at 7:30 a.m. And then we are planning to be in Decorah at least by 6:30 p.m. We will try to be there early, but at least 6:30 p.m. is our target. Yeah.
And you're obviously pretty active bike rider, 75 miles in one day. Is this something that you have done in the past?
No, I have never done. And the longest I have done is 50 miles.
But obviously you seem ready to go and everything like that. And I guess, am I missing anything? Is there anything to add? Any more of this story that you want to tell about your event coming up on Saturday?
Yeah, again, I mean, I would like to thank you and also the radio station for covering this campaign. I mean, it's so, because it helps us to reach out to different audience, and also, yeah, this was something that we did not expect it before. We we wanted it to be kind of at least a campaign which is known in Luther community. We wanted to make Luther community aware, but because of the support, we have been, I don't know, we have been able to reach out to very diverse audience, and we have been receiving a lot of support. So yeah, we want to thank you and the whole radio station team. And yeah, any way people can help, that's all we're looking for. And if people wanna, I don't know, be around somewhere on the way and cheer us up, donate water, anything is welcome. And they can email me at tamaan01@luther.edu if they want to help or be involved in any way they can.
All right. Hopefully we can get a lot of people to the Luther campus, even in the community, to cheer you guys on later on in the day when you finish up that 75 mile an hour or 75-mile ride. And hopefully we can get a lot of donations for this great cause. I applaud you and everybody involved in this ride for being a part of something bigger than yourself. It's so important for young people to get involved in that. And well done on this cause. And we wish you best of luck with the event coming up on Saturday. Anita, we thank you for the time.
Thank you so much.
Anita Tamang is involved in the Ride for Ukraine, a 75-mile ride, bike ride coming up on Saturday from Rochester to Decorah, with proceeds benefiting those affected by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Coming up this Saturday is National Prescription Drug Take Back Day, and here to discuss that from the Winneshiek County Sheriff's Office is Officer Chris Wuebker. And Chris, tell us about the goals. Tell us why the reason a day like this exists.
So the DEA, we partner with them with our task force in the prescription take back to get medications and stuff off the street. One of the leading abuses in United States and in Iowa, and even in our region, breaking it down that far, is that prescription medication does get abused. It does get into the hands of the wrong people and younger crowds. And we've seen that. And unfortunately, we came up with a way to try and get rid of them. And so we created this take back event where we have any leftover medications or medications of people that have passed away in families or anything like that, where people don't know where to get rid of them, and gives them an opportunity to do so.
And I know this event takes place in April every year. I believe you have one in the fall as well. In recent efforts, at least in our immediate area, how successful has this event been?
So before the pharmacies, we'll take it back quite a few years. So before the pharmacies, our local pharmacies actually partner with us. So we have Thrifty White and Donlands that work with us, and they actually now have drop-off boxes where you can take medications on a regular basis and dispose of them at the pharmacies. But prior to that, we would collect over 500 pounds of prescription pills twice a year. Since those medication boxes came into play, and that we have them all year round where people are able to drop stuff off, we usually collect 200 pounds. Last October when we did it, we collected exactly 178 pounds. So about 200 pounds is what we're expecting again this time around.
And how much of this is just getting the knowledge out to the public of there's a way you can dispose of these medications and not let the medications fall into the wrong hands?
So interviews like this that you're doing with us really help us. We put it out on Facebook. We put flyers out. We put stuff out to our task force to make sure that they promote it as well, to let people know that it's out there. And then also by partnering with the DEA, they actually have a website that you can go and look up where your nearest drop-off location is. So if viewers around are watching this recording, then that way they can just look at the DEA website and be able to look at where their nearest drop-off site is as well.
And the abuse of prescription drugs You mentioned it's a problem everywhere, including here locally. And this is a generalized question, and it's probably difficult for you to get a specific answer, but how big of a problem is it here locally?
You know, we're not, we're a great community, and we have our problems too. And drugs, we're not immune to it. And so we see it. We see methamphetamine, we see prescription pills, we see marijuana. And the problem right now in society is that, you know, the prescription pills that we're seeing on the black market have other things laced in them, such as fentanyl and stuff like that. And that's why we're seeing some overdoses and stuff like that. But we have good things in our communities and in our area, unlike others, where we actually have Northeast Iowa Behavioral Health that partners with us really well, that if people do get hooked on prescription pills or medications and stuff and get referrals to them, they actually have a methadone clinic that can help people. That's the one kind of medication that can help people get away from this kind of abuse as well.
And as for the locations, folks can drop stuff off on Saturday, at least here in Winneshiek County. Where can folks take these drugs to, and when can they take them to on Saturday?
Yeah, so we here at the sheriff's office, you can bring them directly to our window. And then also at the two local pharmacies in Decorah, you could take them to Donlands and or Thrifty White. Each of them have different operating hours on Saturday, but for the most part, it's 10 o'clock until 2 o'clock that we're taking these prescription pills back.
Anything we're missing, Chris? Any other information related to this specific subject that you want to pass on to the listeners?
I think that people need to know that prescription pills are abused in our area as well. So if people have questions or have someone pass away as a family members and they don't want them around their house, always know that you can call the sheriff's office and call in and talk to me and say, we have these medications. We'll take them and collect them at that time and put them in our evidence until we have one of these take back events. But also know that the local pharmacies do that as well. And we partner with them, and they've done a great job on getting that stuff out of our communities as well.
And how important is it knowing the fact that the local pharmacies will take these really year round, and you don't have to wait every 6 months like you used to?
Yeah. It's not like you have to stock up on them for quite some time. You know, like I was telling you before, 500 pounds is quite a bit of prescription pills. And so, you know, now that we've cut that in half, you know, at least it makes a world of difference that this is kind of being taken care of on a regular basis.
Chris, we appreciate you taking some time to tell us about the event coming up on Saturday. Thanks for the time, and we appreciate you and everybody else what you do for the community from the Winneshiek County Sheriff's Department.
Thank you. We enjoy the support of the community, and we enjoy working for the people of Winneshiek County as well.
Chris Wuebker from the Winneshiek County Sheriff's Office, the prescription drug take back day coming up this Saturday.